Alrighty, guys. So I know you've been asking for it. You've been waiting for it. You've been even begging for it, like a girl on her knees, waiting to get plowed for my daily training review video. Well, here it is. You're fucking welcome. So today was kind of like an day of training. It was decent, not great, but we made the best of it. We made up for the top set that didn't go great with a whole shitload of back down accessory work. So we definitely did our fair share of back down accessory work, but I'm just going to do the whole day in review, the training day in review. So we started off warmed up to a 645 for one deadlift. I'd say it was about 98% locked out. I can't be fully proud of it because I didn't really own the lockout. The hips and shoulders, the hips might have not been fully extended. The knees were kind of soft and the shoulders might have not been fully back. So it was 98% completed, but I can't say it was a perfect rep. So next time when we do one rep max, we're not going to do 645 again because I know the strength is there. The strength is there. I am going to go straight to 655. But when I do 655, it's going to be with perfect form, fully locked out, shoulders all the way back, hips extended, locked out knees, perfect 655. And if I don't get it to perfect the first time, now I'm going to post it. I'm going to wait until I get it perfect. And that should be sometime next week. We're going to go for 655. It should be there. Not easy, but it should be there because 645 felt pretty good, although the lockout wasn't perfect. It moved pretty fast and the strength was there. So again, we start off with 645 for one, was actually probably the low light of the day because it wasn't a perfect rep. And then afterwards, the next thing we did was 455 for 12, just conventional deadlift with belt and straps. Pretty solid lift, pretty solid strength. My best ever with 455 fresh, going all out, is 18. So doing 12 as a back down, not even training to failure, probably could have got 14 all out. 12 I can live with, that's pretty good. And then what do we do after that? We did 365 for 16 stiff leg deficit. People might say it's not that stiff leg. I don't care. It's all about the intention and what you're isolating the muscles in. And it doesn't need to necessarily be literally the stiffest legs in terms of the knee bend, as long as you're focusing on isolating the hamstrings and doing that stiff leg motion with the hips higher and less bend in the knees. So 365 for 16 stiff leg deficit deadlift, pretty happy with that. Previously did 335 for 20, so I'd say 365 for 16 is about even with that. And then I did the same weight, same reps, 365 for 16 with a pause beltless deadlift. Felt pretty good. And then I did a crazy PR, 405 for 45 fucking reps on shrug. Previous best is around 405 for 30. Today we got 45. Pretty fucking crazy. And I would say the first 20 or 30 reps were actually a pretty decent range of motion for shrug. So form police, you can't talk shit on that one. I don't want some beta soy boys who can't even deadlift 405 for one talking. As I was saying, guys, I don't want no beta soy boys who can't even deadlift 405 for one talking trash about my 405 for 45 fucking rep shrug, because I was pretty happy with that. As I said, my previous best was around 30 reps. So after that, what do we do after that? We did another set of shrugs that I didn't get on camera. Did 405 for another 40 reps, which might sound like BS. I'm not capping. That's what I did. With a certain caveat, the way I did it, I did the first 30 of the 40 reps as a regular shrug. And I'll show you guys the last 10 reps. So I did 40 in total. The first, 30 was like a regular shrug. But the last 10 reps of the 40, I did an increased range of motion where I brought it down here and just locked it out like that. Didn't necessarily shrug it, but just worked on the deadlift motion for the last 10 reps. So again, from here, kind of mid leg to lock out for another 10 reps. Just to focus on that lockout strength because, again, the lockout was kind of lacking on my 645 today. So that's what I did. So 85 total reps of shrug, lockout, whatever. That's a whole lot of volume. Again, not crazy range of motion because just a shrug, but still a lot of volume for that trap and an upper back mass, right? And then I did a 405 for 16 sumo deadlift. As you can tell, we're doing a lot of exercise, a lot of volume, a shitload of different shit. 405 for 16 sumo deadlift. A shitload of different shit, as I believe Jonah Hill said in Superbad when he's talking about buying alcohol. Just reference if you guys get it. But yeah, 405 for 16 sumo deadlift. Felt pretty good. Probably could add 18 or 20 going all out. And then, is that it? Is that it? Oh, and then we did ab rollouts. 21 reps for a PR. Previous best is 15. So yeah, that was the workout for today. A whole lot of different stuff. Took a fair amount of caffeine. That's why I was able to do so much exercise. But yeah, we made use of it. And going forward, the next goal will be 655 for one, which I'm going to hopefully get sometime next week. Fully own the lockout this time. No soft lockout pussy shit going on. We're going to own a 655 deadlift, which I have done quite a few times before, but we're going to do it again next week. And there's all the road to a 675 deadlift, which, as you can tell, we're getting pretty damn close. We're only around 30, 40-ish pounds away. So yeah, we're closing in on a 675 deadlift. We should have it in the next 1 or 2 or 3 months at the longest, if I don't get injured, which I'm not planning on getting injured. You never know, but should be good. So yeah, 655 in a week. And we will do 665 before 675 to bridge the gap a little bit. Part of the reason why is because, like, when you go a whole nother plate up from 6 plates and some change to 7 plates, doing a whole nother plate makes it even harder than adding 10 or 20 pounds because of the plate distribution or whatever. So going from like 655 to 675 would feel like more than a 25-pound jump. It would be more like a 25 to 30. All right, guys, so I don't want to make this video way too long. I've already been talking 6 minutes. But as I was saying, when you go from like 655 or 665 to 675, because it's a whole nother 45-pound plate on there, it's going to feel harder than just adding 10 or 20 pounds. So you have to take that into account. That's why I'm going to do 665 before 675 to bridge the gap a little bit. So it's only like a 10 or 15-pound jump between 665 and 675. So I want to have 675 in about a month or 2. I think that's very reasonable, seeing as I'm already at a 645 soft lockout currently. So yeah, and just like a little mindset thing to focus on, if you don't do a great job on your top set, which I would say I didn't do a great job today with the 645, make sure to fucking hammer your accessory work and back down work. You got to find a way to get a win. You know what I mean? If you don't get a win on the top set, work your fucking ass off on the back down accessory work so that you come back stronger next time, so that I'm ready to get 655 in about a week or so. So yeah, that's the training for today. Overall, a decent day. Obviously, what I call decent, some people would be like probably thrilled to be able to lift all that weight. So I should be grateful for the strength I have. But yeah, I mean, the only bad part about it was not necessarily owning the 645 lockout. But again, 645 is not the end goal. The end goal for now is 675. So it's just another stepping stone, another stepping block along the way. We'll do better with 655 next week. And yeah, road to 675 continues. Have a great day, guys. Hope you enjoyed this commentary. And I hope your training went great today. God bless. Have a good one.